O'Reilly's Ford presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Nextel, bringing you wireless solutions.
Only one punt. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Before the game here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, a little ceremony in honor of Veterans Day, and capped off with the national anthem being sung by Aaron Neville. Great Aaron Neville and Neville brothers, and Greg Gumbel and Phil Simms back with you. It's a 17-10 49er lead. You can tell what the Kansas City philosophy is. Don't allow any big plays. 44 offensive plays by the 49ers, not one over 20 yards. But like Dick Vermeil said, we can't stop them.
Well, he's right. You can't stop them, and I think it's going to be interesting in the second half which team, who can stay with their philosophy the longest. And that will be interesting also. Will the bad clock management by the San Francisco 49ers at the end of the first half, will that come back to haunt them?
Yeah.
Usually in the game, you only get so many chances, and that was a big chance they let get away.
Here's the kickoff, fumbled around and picked up at the 25-yard line and fallen on by Richie Owens. And let's check out the halftime numbers. Third down conversion, San Francisco and Jeff Garcia have been absolutely outstanding. They have more total yards. They've doubled up on the Kansas City Chiefs, but they only lead by a touchdown.
Yep, that's right. And those third down conversions, it seems like they're getting a lot of third and 1 and 2, 5, 6 yards, things like that, where Jeff Garcia could pick them up by running or throwing it. Now Kansas City needs to control the football to give their defense a rest and try to change the momentum of the game.
Number 80, Johnny Morton. Morton with blocker in front of him. Outside 35 to about the 39-yard line and a first down. And let's go down to Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Up by 7, but still a very concerned Steve Mariucci coming out of the locker room. In the short time we talked, he must have looked at the scoreboard 3 different times. He said, we have to keep scoring points. We've got to make third downs. And he goes, we have to finish strong because I know the Chiefs are. Greg?
Boy, you saw that face that Steve Mariucci made at the end of the first half. He wasn't pleased that he let a golden opportunity go by. What Kansas City is doing on first down. They picked up 13 on that one. Green to throw. Runs out of time, gets rid of it, and throws complete to Holmes. And Holmes is wrestled down at about the 38, maybe the 39 by Jeff Ulbrich. Good job by Trent Green getting rid of it.
Yeah, it was. Cheeky O'Keefe, number 91, gets the pressure coming from the left side, beats John Tate to the inside. That doesn't happen too often. We told you this Kansas City offensive line, it's big, very athletic, and in fact on the play before in the reverse, Will Shields, the right guard, pulled out and made 2 blocks on the same play outside against smaller defensive players. That's hard to do.
A loss of 1 on the play makes it 2nd and 11. Green with time and just throws that one into the ground.
Yeah, he did the right thing. Jason Webster was all over Dante Hall. He was not open, so Trent Green just threw the football away. You know, I do like this too. You know, we talk about Kansas City, but you can tell, Greg, I notice it tremendously, the difference in this San Francisco defense. It's challenging you, and what this will do by challenging the offense, it will create more turnovers for this defense. And what you want to do, you want to do that to give your offense more opportunities on the field.
3rd and 11. Green down the middle. Kinnison is there to the 45-yard line and a first down. Big day so far for Eddie Kinnison. That's a 17-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, Trent Green is under pressure. Eddie Kinnison is just too good to be covered one-on-one today. And Trent Green sees that it's a blitz. He knows his receiver's coming inside, so he just locks in right on it. And Ahmed Plummer, nice cut. It amazes me the defensive backs can backpedal and run and cut with world-class speed wide receivers.
Kinnison 4 catches for 72 yards. This is Dante Hall on the pitch, and there's not much there. You know, in your playing days, when you get into an offensive shootout, and we brought this up to the teams, that, you know, maybe it's the last ones that have the football that win this kind of game. Is there an extra urgency in the huddle?
I think you feel the pressure sometimes, and, you know, I think Armin Katayan, when he talked to Steve Mariucci, he can sense it too. He's like, the first half, wow, that Kansas City offense, it looks better in person than it did on film. So you sense he kept looking at the scoreboard knowing, man, we should have more points up there than just 17.
2nd and 11.
But Greg, to answer your question, nice snap count.
Got the defense to jump. He's going to go down the sideline. Bobbled and it falls, and it is intercepted. But let's go back to the line of scrimmage where penalty markers flew on the snap of the ball, and it looked for all the world like the 49ers jumped on defense.
Trent Green knew it. That's why he threw the football deep. You take a chance when you draw the defense off sides.
Offside, 97 defense, 5 yards. Repeat, 2nd down.
Bryant Young, the 9th-year defensive tackle out of Notre Dame.
You know, Greg, to go back to about the offensive shootout, no, it's just the opposite of what you think. You feel good. You feel free. You don't feel, you just know you're going to make plays. And a lot of times that feeling and that confidence just helps you make more. So I think that's what the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, they feel, hey, just get us on the field. We'll make it happen.
Green and the Chiefs looking at 2nd and 6. That's Holmes in motion. And Green going to throw for him down the sideline. It is incomplete. Derek Smith was there. Saw Holmes come in motion to the near sideline, and he just turned it up.
I've seen this formation a couple times today. Derek Smith has run out with him every single time. And I just wondered, when are they going to take a chance and throw it down the field? Derek Smith against Priest Holmes, but hey, it's not the overmatch that we thought. Derek Smith all over Priest Holmes.
You know, Priest Holmes comes in today with 51 catches for 440 yards and 2 touchdowns as a receiver. He's made 1 reception today for -1 yards. 3rd and 6. Green escapes the grasp. Still running. Now looking and throws incomplete. Andre Carter was the man who had him by the jersey and couldn't hold on. Maybe it's because Willie Rolfe was between him and his target.
Well, the difference in this game today so far, San Francisco, their defensive line, it's pressuring the quarterback. The Kansas City Chiefs, their defensive line cannot get to Jeff Garcia on a consistent basis.
Jimmy Williams stands at his own 10-yard line for the punt from Straczynski. Trying to save it at the goal line and not being successful is Corey Harris. The touchback means that it'll come out to the 20-yard line, and we'll take a break. 17-10, San Francisco. Well, the Chiefs are in this game, but it's not the result of Tony Gonzalez, one of their biggest weapons. 1 catch for just 6 yards. Priest Holmes, 1 catch for -1 yards. He has rushed, however, for 40 yards and a touchdown. 1st down, Garcia gives to Garrison Hurst, and Hurst may have gained 1.5 yards on the play before being dragged down by John Browning. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's interesting to see what the San Francisco offense does here in the second half. I thought, or I would, spread it out a little more and keep going to that short passing game. Jeff Garcia was very good with it the first 2 times they had the football, but they kind of gotten away from it here the last time they had it. And a lot of open space when you spread the field against a zone defense.
Hurst again. Hurst breaks the tackle and is dragged down to the 25 by Marcus Patton, the middle linebacker. You know, logic would tell you, and from various games that we've seen over the years, that you keep throwing that short one, and sooner or later defense is going to try to come up and stop that, and then you get a chance to stretch the field.
It's like I said, Greg, earlier, are you good enough to let the other team keep throwing short passes and keep coming up and making the tackle? We saw the 49ers break a few tackles at the end of the first half and pick up extra yards.
3rd and 4. Garcia throws outside. Terrell Owens. Owens reaching to the 34. He has enough for the 1st down. Eric Warfield was there.
Sorry, Greg, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you spread the football field, what it does, it gives receivers like Terrell Owens more space. So even if you want to double cover him, it's very hard to do. But inside, there's Terrell Owens. Oh, nice job. He's big. He can push off of Eric Warfield. And all you're looking for is just a few yards to pick up a first down and keep it going.
San Diego's third down offense coming in was #1 in the league, and they've been 9 of 11 on third down here today. Or San Francisco, rather, excuse me. Garcia outside to Beasley, and Beasley wrestled down at the 37-yard line.
Well, Fred Beasley's gonna get all the fullbacks in the NFL jealous, because you watch NFL football on Sundays, you can probably add up all the carries of every fullback in the league on a Sunday, and it won't equal 10. He's getting to run the football. He catches the football every now and then, and of course he's mainly in there to block for those running backs. He is a terrific lead blocker.
Our friend John Ritchie in Oakland is very jealous.
Yeah, John Ritchie carries it every third year. Leap years, that's what he does.
Play clock down to 3, 2 to 1, and Garcia gets the snap off.
Yep, single coverage outside. That's why he changed.
Beasley to the 40.
Wow.
Mike Maslowski in his 4th year out of Wisconsin La Crosse making the stop.
Yeah, Mike Maslowski, we talked to him too last night. I remember years ago, Gunther Cunningham telling us 2 years ago that I got to get this guy in the field, because all he did was play special teams, and all he did was make a lot of tackles. So he became a starter, and he's doing the same things to become a starter. Just has the instincts, the hustle, and the hard work to keep making tackles and making those plays.
Garcia now looking at another third down, 3rd and 4. Steps up, almost went down, on the move, now throws and complete to Beasley. Yet another first down conversion by Garcia and the 49ers.
Well, he is a terrific quarterback when it comes to throwing on the run. And what he does really well, he does it a lot. Defenders between him and the receiver, jumps and throws the football. Jeff Garcia gets his arm. He has a big arm action, so he throws the ball, I think, very well when he gets his arm extended over his head, and he throws well on the run because he has big hands. Easy for him to keep a grip on it, and when he's running, still able to control the football.
That's 3 straight touches for the busy fullback Beasley. That pass incomplete and almost picked off by number 97 Richie Owens. Scott Fujita, the rookie linebacker out of California, was all over Garcia.
Well, Fujita does a good job when it comes to blitzing. The key to blitzing is always timing when the quarterback is going to make the snap count. And he times it perfectly. Nobody there to block him. Uses his speed to make Jeff Garcia get rid of the football.
Can I just point out that you are a Rembrandt with the telestrator?
Thank you. You know, that's the first compliment I think you've ever given me.
And the last. 7:06 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, my wife, I have something to say to you when she sees you.
Coming this way is Garrison Hurst. Hurst to the 40, 35 to the 33-yard line, and another first down. Greg Wesley made the stop, but not until Hurst picked up 17 yards.
Well, usually I'll say, hey, look at these good blocks and all this. This is just Garrison Hurst. Maslowski, number 57, clear, just misses him. Then he breaks another tackle down the field and picks up a big gain. And again, you look at a team when they're good on offense, it's because you got a lot of weapons. Garrison Hurst, you see his stats, and then you got Kevin Barlow. They're both
terrific 1-2 punch in the running game. 9th play of this drive. Prime the left side again is Hurst. And Hurst runs into a little obstruction at the 27-yard line. Let's go to Jim Nantz in New York.
All right, we have our first touchdown of the day.
In the streets in Champaign, Illinois. Garrison Hurst is still down. He hit William Barty head on, it appeared. Oof.
Yeah, it's helmet to helmet. Barty's helmet hits the side of Garrison Hurst.
So Kevin Barlow has come on to replace Hurst. Garcia with time throws outside, and that's complete to Justin Swift, the tight end. Now, I go back to what you said early in the game about the benefits of this short passing game for a quarterback. Jeff Garcia does indeed look like he's in rhythm.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's been in rhythm for 3 years now. So that's over 30 touchdowns the last 2 years. Having another terrific year this year. And look at that. 4 of the 5 drives, 50-plus yards. And you know what that'll really do? That'll boost up those defensive stats for the 49ers because they're never on the field. The 30 last plays against the Raiders last week were all by the 49ers offense.
This third down play will not work as Garcia goes down, courtesy of Eddie Freeman.
Oh, I tell you, Jeff Garcia, good job by the Chiefs defense. A little more aggressive, taking away some of those easy throws, but Garcia taking a few hits that he really should not be taking.
And Garrison Hurst is still hearing music on the sideline. Cortez is going to line this one up from about 46 yards out. Cortez has a long of 45 this year. This one gets away. It's long enough. Glanced off the upright. Steve Mariucci and company that close to putting 3 more on the board. It didn't get there. Just glanced off the upright, and Cortez says, rats. Still 17-10. 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and the rest of our ace CBS crew.
I just knew you were going to say that.
I know. 36-yard line, a line of scrimmage for Trent Green and the Kansas City Chiefs, who are down the touchdown. Priest Holmes, right side, turns the corner. Run out of bounds about the 42-yard line by Ahmed Plummer. Now, we made mention of it on their last possession.
Let's just watch Will Shields. He's number 68. He's going to pull and come around here. And sorry to interrupt you, Greg. I do apologize. But just the athletic ability of the big lineman by the Kansas City Chiefs to pull out and lead the way. And it makes you realize and you understand now why Priest Holmes is having such a terrific year, well, the last 2 years.
Good offensive line helps. Holmes in motion. They'll give it to Tony Richardson. What I was going to say, Phil, is at some point you would think that the Kansas City coaching staff has to try to get Tony Gonzalez involved more in this football game.
Well, it's a really good point, Greg. I've been watching early in the game. The San Francisco 49ers were double teaming. They were hitting him at the line of scrimmage. A linebacker and a safety was coming up to cover him. But in the last couple drives, it's been single coverage. There's the offensive coordinator, Al Saunders. Tony Gonzalez has been getting open, but Trent Green's been throwing it down the field to somebody else.
3rd and 4. Going the other way, and that's complete across midfield to Eddie Kinnison. And what a fine throw by Green. Kinnison made the turn, and the football was there.
Well, that was really a special throw. I know it's only a few yards. Trent Green anticipated where Eddie Kinnison was going to be. He turned around, and it hit him right in the chest. Let's watch Gonzalez this time. You know what? Julian Peterson is on him quick. That's not bad when it comes to a short pass because he's so big, he can guard Gonzalez in a situation like that.
Eddie Kinnison, 5 catches, 81 yards. Holmes the other way, cuts it back, 40. 35, penalty marker is down back upfield. Holmes still on his feet to the 15, the 10, and inside the 5-yard line before Peterson catches him from behind. Guess what? It's going to come back. I think it's safe to say Dick Vermeil doesn't like it.
Priest Holmes, his best 2 runs today have been called back.
Holding, number 88, offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
That's Gonzalez.
See if we can pick up Tony Gonzalez, number 88, on the outside.
Oh, Not only did he pull Peterson, but Peterson is the one who finally catches up to Priest Holmes and drags him down inside the 5-yard line.
Oh, that's special. That's what you want to see from a defensive player. Well, like Julian Peterson, in his 3rd year, he is really getting the hang of it, learning how to play the linebacker position. And Coach Steve Mariucci said he's making a lot of plays.
Quick slant wasn't there, so Green pulled it down, and now the flip over the middle is complete across the 45 to Mike Cloud, the 4th-year running back out of Boston College.
You know, Greg, let's just watch Julian Peterson playing in space. We had a chance to talk to him on Friday, and, you know, people got to remember, in college, he was a defensive end, had his hand on the ground. Now he's learning to play standing up, and he told us about how difficult it was.
Well, he also said he played some wide receiver, and we promised we'd push him for a wide receiver spot today.
Yeah, he says, tell Coach I can still play a little wide receiver.
2nd and 16. Priest Holmes to midfield. John Engelberger, number 95, dragged him down.
You know, but again, Greg, just to go back to Julian Peterson, but just think about it. Like he said, he put his hand on the ground, and all he really had to do was just run to the quarterback when he was in college. He came here with the San Francisco 49ers. Now when you're a linebacker, you got to read formations, you got to read blocks, you got to know who to cover. And he says it was hard. And he goes, finally, I'm starting to see the big picture and understand what I'm supposed to do at linebacker.
3rd and 13. Green steps up, throws over the middle, and hits his man, Bo Richter, and that's enough for a first down inside the 30 to the 27. Mark Bo Richter for a 23-yard gain and a Kansas City first down.
Well, I'll tell you, a couple of things jump out at me here. Bo Richter coming down the middle of the field. It's a zone. You can see nobody's going with him. Trent Green sees the middle of the field open. He anticipates the throw, and he throws it inside of Julian Peterson, who makes a nice tackle. But Trent Green, given time, can really fire the football.
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are on the move as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter with our score. The 49ers 17, the Kansas City Chiefs 10. We'll come back to Candlestick Park after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Winner William Hurt stars as FBI agent Robert Hansen. He was the perfect FBI agent and the perfect family man. He was also the worst traitor in U.S. history, and now his true story is a CBS television event tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. First down, Kansas City as we start the 4th quarter. The pitch to Priest Holmes, blocking in front of him, trying to turn the corner, and is run out of bounds at the 25. Julian Peterson, with his sights set on number 31, ran him out. That 3rd quarter snapped a streak of 27 straight quarters in which the Chiefs had scored. Their only other scoreless quarter this year was way back in week 2 against Jacksonville. It's pretty good when you can put points on the board every 15 minutes or so. 2nd and 9. Green throws far side, overthrew Gonzalez. Let's check in with Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, as we have learned, we don't know what kind of performance you're going to get out of the Patriots from week to week, because now the Bears have scored a 2nd touchdown here in the 2nd half. It's Marty Booker to Marcus Robinson, and Chicago leads 20-6 over New England. Back to you, Greg and Phil.
What do we always say? You can't trust anybody in the National Football League. 3rd and 9 for Green and the Chiefs. Comes a blitz. Pass was incomplete. Fine play on the far side of the field by Ahmed Plummer guarding Dante Hall. Closed on the football in a hurry.
Yes, he did. It was a blitz again by the San Francisco 49ers. And remember, Ahmed Plummer has just as much a right to this football as Dante Hall. The ball is thrown, and he drives to make the catch for it. Good timing, good anticipation, and good positioning by Ahmed Plummer.
Morton Anderson will attempt a 43-yard field goal to pull to within 1 of Gary Anderson's NFL leading 484. This one on its way, and it's good. Steady as they come. Morton Anderson makes it a 17-13 49ers lead. Not only did the Chiefs come in the highest scoring team in the NFL, nobody scores more in the fourth quarter than Kansas City. I know I said scores more.
If you say so. I love hearing you make mistakes, though, you know it, because you're Mr. Perfect English.
I'm sure that'll show up in your .com column. A short kick at the 15-yard line. Jim Williams to the 20 and across the 25 to the 27-yard line. That's where San Francisco will go back to work right after this. Tonight on 60 Minutes, it's the most contaminated site in America. Where is it? Anniston, Alabama. Who did it? Monsanto. Tonight on 60 Minutes. First down, San Francisco from the 32. Play fake, and Garcia goes down. Dwayne Clemens, his second sack of the season.
Well, Greg, we talked about it a little bit here in the second half. All of a sudden, Kansas City's finding a way to get to the quarterback. Playing pressure. Look to the left side. You'll see number 99 just uses his speed to get inside and make the sack.
Sacked 3 times, hurried 11 times today. That's a season high 3 sacks for Garcia in one game. They give us to Kevin Barlow, spins after the first contact, and then is hit and knocked down at the 32-yard line. Greg Wesley and Eric Hicks, who was injured earlier and is back in the lineup, a pickup of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
See Jeff Garcia's stats, but Greg, what you want when you get the sack, now you can go back and play the defense that you originally wanted to play. Play conservative, make them go underneath you, make the tackle. So you get in a situation like this, you've got to know where the first down is. If you're a defender, make sure you keep the wide receiver in front of you.
Garcia needs the 42-yard line for a first down. Time, throw, sideline, incomplete. 83, J.J. Stokes on the near side of the field. And they're forced to kick.
So it's bad, not bad. I don't want to say bad. Game management at the end of the first half of the San Francisco 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs defense was given and given and given. And you look up at the scoreboard right now, and you got 17-13. So the philosophy they've had has worked well for them.
Jason Baker in to punt for the first time today. And the Kansas City special teams unit has blocked the kick in each of its last 3 games. Not this one. Baker gets it out of there. Dante Hall at the 35, 40, and dances his way to the 42, and there's a penalty flag down. 33-yard kick and an 8-yard return, and let's see who this flag will favor.
Well, I think it's safe to say that it's going to favor San Francisco. What do you think?
I think you're right.
Legal block in the back, above the waist, number 96 of the return team. 10 yards, timeout.
Monty Beisel with the illegal block will back the Chiefs up. They'll have the football when we come back. 12:50 to play in the 4th.
Well, we talked about Trent Green. The 49ers wanted him to throw the ball outside. Look at the statistics when he throws outside. He's really had great success throwing over the middle so far today.
From the 27-yard line, Green still with the football, throws, completes to Tony Richardson out of the backfield, and that's good for a couple out to the 29-yard line. Jeff Ulbrich with the stop after a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. Look at Jim Mora on the sideline. Clock continues to move. We are at 12:20 to play here in the 4th quarter. That's Gonzalez in motion. Home. Nowhere. Bryant Young and Jim Flanagan combined for no gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, what they are. We've been talking about this Kansas City offensive line today. but this defensive line for the San Francisco 49ers, it is athletic. And what they can do, they can move and penetrate. They said if you want to stop Priest Holmes, you got to get past the blocker quick, get in the backfield before he can make that first cut.
Bo Richter in the lineup, 3rd and 8. Green with time, and it batted down, going over the middle. His target was Gonzalez, but Chike O'Keefer got a hand up and knocked it down.
Yeah, he did. And Julian Peterson had Tony Gonzalez again all over the field and covered him, but Chike O'Keefer, being blocked by Wigman up front, gets away just in time to knock the pass down. Let's watch Julian Peterson, 98. He's going to come across, stays inside, uses his size, and is all over Gonzalez.
Boy, you have to say Julian Peterson has done a heck of a job on Tony Gonzalez today.
I didn't think he could do it.
Straczynski drives this one. At the 34, Jimmy Williams shakes a tackle and is brought down at about the 36-yard line. A timeout. 11:13 to play in the 4th. 49ers by 4. Remind you, Wednesday on CBS, this week on The Amazing Race, the teams travel through a maze of Moroccan streets and encounter a roadblock no one could predict. Don't miss it. The Amazing Race Wednesday here on CBS, America's most watched network. Garcia, quick pass, incomplete. Well, we talked to linebacker Julian Peterson on Friday, and as he left the room after our conversation with him, he said what? He said, hey, you guys make sure to talk me up. So just before we went to commercial, we were talking about his great coverage on Tony Gonzalez. What do you say? I didn't think he could do it.
Oh, I didn't think he could cover Tony Gonzalez running around the field, but it shows you how he's matured. Between him and Andre Carter, if they keep getting better, that is going to be the difference in this whole 49ers team, because they have a chance to be dominant players.
Terrell Owens is looking for running room and is muscled out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Wesley and Fujita. Boy, what a game Scott Fujita, the rookie linebacker, has turned in today. Fujita, 5th-round draft pick.
Well, what he is doing, what you said, Greg, you're right. He can just run. And that's what you want from your outside linebackers.
This is the previous play, and all he did was turn around and give Terrell Owens a little shot.
Yeah, Terrell Owens was not looking for the football in that first pass play, so a mix-up between him and Jeff Garcia.
3rd and 5.
Blitz.
Garcia on the move, throws, hits Owens, and that is complete, but not enough for the first down. San Francisco began the day 10 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. They're now 0 for their last 3, and they've got to kick it away.
Well, they've gotten more aggressive. And on that last play, Shenard Hartz, when a receiver starts running horizontal, you can run as fast as you want and run right with him, because they're not going to be able to turn up the field and beat you. And he realized that. He took off, and that's why he made the tackle on Terrell Owens.
Jason Baker is in to kick it away. Dante Hall is deep. A bounce picked off by Hall. Hall trying to find running room, still on his feet, and dragged down at the 24-yard line.
Kansas City's defense is becoming more aggressive, and because of that, they're recognizing the plays. And look at Hartz getting all over Owens.
The United States Postal Service.
Welcome back to San Francisco. The crowd has come alive chanting defense as the Chiefs take over at their own 24-yard line. Trent Green going to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, has his man across the 40. That's Bo Richter, the first-year man out of Hastings. 18 yards and a 1st down.
Well, we heard a lot from the players about Mark Bo Richter and how he is coming on. But first off, you see the pressure. Julian Peterson, number 98, top of the screen, gets around. But Trent Green, a lot of space in front of him. And when you see a lot of space in front of a quarterback, look out. They're going to be very accurate throwing the football.
Moving the ball out to the 41-yard line now. 1st down, Kansas City. Priest Holmes. And Julian Peterson, the key to wrapping him up there after about a 2-yard gain. Call it a 1-yard gain, make it 2nd and 9. 8:55 to play. Let's check in with Jim Nantz in New York.
All right, Greg, and here's an update now.
All right, Jim. So those up and down New England Patriots up sky high against Buffalo a week ago. Down to the Bears. Green throws out to the side. Holmes bumped out of bounds short of first down yardage by Julian Peterson, who is all over the field today.
Boy, you have called his name a few times, but again, Craig, you know, Steve Mariucci says maybe the best thing he does is rush the passer on 3rd downs, but he has been terrific in space. Priest Holmes, you can see the size, how well he runs, and he's a playmaker.
You know, he says his mom's in town. That means he's eating some good cooking.
I said, what does she cook good? He goes, oh, everything.
Everything.
She spices everything just right.
3rd and 2. Play clock to 5. Richardson in motion. Green to throw. Still on the move, and he's going to go down at the 40. Andre Carter. For a huge 10-yard loss.
Well, the sack comes for just one reason, and guess what that reason is, Greg? It's number 98. Watch him against Tony Gonzalez. Has him covered short and then stays with him for the rest of the time to give Andre Carter an extra 3 seconds to finally get to the quarterback.
2nd sack of the day for the 49ers. Straczynski to kick it away to Jimmy Williams. Nice kick by Straczynski. Fair catch called for and made at the 15-yard line by Jimmy Williams. Julian Peterson having himself a day. Mom would be watching on television, but probably here at the stadium. We are back to action. Kevin Barlow with the carry out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. This was a wildly offensive game in the first half that finished 17-10. We've had a scoreless 3rd quarter and only a field goal here in the 4th. We had 1 punt in the first half, and now we've seen these teams kicked a total of 5 times in the second half, 4 in this quarter.
The defenses got in rhythm with the offense. They've gotten more aggressive, especially Kansas City, and it's worked well for them here in the second half.
This is Barlow to about the 24, and it'll set up 3rd and short yardage.
And the 49ers try to settle the game back, get the momentum on their side, and how you do that, just run the football. You know, that when you run the football on a defense, it just takes some of their energy away. And if you can get that first down, then you can get it rolling and maybe get down there and get a chance to score.
Phil, you talk about defenses getting into rhythm with the offense. Here we are coming up on 6 minutes to play in the 4th. We've had just 1 first down here in this quarter. Paul Smith and Fred Beasley in the backfield on 3rd and 2.
Everybody playing the run.
Oh, there's first down yardage from Beasley. You know, you can go in and renegotiate a contract on that ability alone. You need a first down, I'll get it for you.
He is turning into some specialist, but it really says a lot about him. But more importantly, it says a lot about the offensive line. Scott Craig and Ron Stone, both probably the 2 most powerful blockers on the offensive line. They run right. They get good blocks. Fred Beasley runs hard, gets the first down.
That's 635 pounds on the right side of that line.
That's if they're telling the truth.
Garcia on first down, over the middle. Hits Barlow. Barlow across the 35 to 38-yard line and very close to another first down.
Well, there you go. You get a first down running the football on 3 runs. Now you can mix it up and you got it going.
And we're going to get a measurement right here.
You know, running an offense in this National Football League, we hear it all the time from coaches and especially quarterbacks. It's just rhythm. Can you get it moving? If you can get it started, it's easy to keep it going. So you couldn't keep it going because you didn't get started well enough. Just short, gives you a free down. Maybe a chance to throw the football.
Well, you know, for two teams that love to stretch the field and throw the ball down the field, we haven't seen it today, have we?
Well, Dick Vermeil said something I thought was interesting to us. There's Garrison Hearst. He says, you know, in the second half of most NFL seasons, his experience tells him that offenses will slow down because you've already emptied the bucket. What else is there you can show a defense? They've seen it, and they react much better to it.
On 2nd and inches, this is Beasley, and Beasley chalking up yet another first down for the San Francisco offense.
Well, that becomes important. Every first down, you change in field position. Time is definitely becoming an element. Both teams still have all their timeouts.
We are now down to 4.5 minutes to play. 4 first downs in 5 carries. I told you last week against Oakland, he carried 5 times, and all 5 were for first down. Dick Vermeil looking for a stop. And the thing about this San Francisco offense, it doesn't turn the ball over with any great regularity. Hurst, running room left side, midfield to the 48-yard line. William Barty dragged him down, but that is another first down.
Watch what Garrison Hearst, what does he see? He sees a good block to the outside. Derek Deese pushes his man way inside, and Garrison Hearst makes a nice cut back. And it was easy to do because they spread the field with 4 wide receivers. The defenders are in space, and it makes it easier for Garrison Hearst to run.
Hurst to the sideline. Barlow, part of that 1-2 punch in the ground game. Back onto the field. Barlow takes the handoff and fights his way to the 46. Richie Owens with the stop. How's that for ball control? And boy, just go back to the last Oakland game where San Francisco only had the ball for the last 30 snaps of regulation and overtime. We'll be back.
AT&T Wireless. AT&T Wireless brings you M-Life. Your mobile life made better.
Kind of a quiet crowd with 3:10 to play here, and the 49ers up just 17-13.
Way too quiet. Way too quiet. This is the drive that might decide the game. And
2nd and 8. And Garcia calls timeout. So that is the first timeout used here in the second half by the 49ers. And as we take a moment, we remind you, Monday on television's most.
There's Greg Knapp, offensive coordinator, telling Jeff Garcia some last-minute instructions, and I just think he did not like the defense that was going to be shown for the play they were going to try to run, so he called a timeout. Smart thing to do. You know, game management, something they did a poor job at the end of the first half, a little better here.
Well, whatever happened to being able to audible out of a play into another play?
Not enough time. Clock was running down. So there.
That's an answer for everything. 2nd and 8. The handoff, and Barlow is wrapped up at the 45 or just across the 45, close to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 7, and another big 3rd down defensive stand for the Chiefs coming up. But they call a timeout to stop the clock here and conserve some time. 2:58 to play.
Yep, good job of managing the clock. And Greg Robinson, Dick Vermeil's the one, of course, that's making these decisions to call the timeout. Though you look at Greg Robinson, and we were meeting with him last night, and we said, you know, you look good, Coach. He's nice and trim. And Harmon Katayan said, are you working hard, Coach? And he goes, look at me. Look at my hair. What do you think? So it is hard work, especially when you have a young defense like he does this year.
His defense has been slow to come together, and he's taken his share of hits early on this season.
Yes, he has, Greg. He's taken a lot of hits, but I think between last week and what you have witnessed here so far today, only giving up 17 points and really having the defense has played terrific here in the second half, that they're finding the formula. They're finding their way. What's starting to work really well for them.
3rd and 7. Garrison Hearst back in the lineup, lone back behind Garcia. Hurst to the 41. Fans don't like that. It'll be 4th down. The Chiefs have 1 timeout left. They will not use it here.
That's right, because they'll still get at least a chance for 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Stops the 2-minute warning, and you have 1 timeout. Gives you a lot of flexibility when you're trying to run your offense.
Jason Baker will kick, and Dante Hall is deep at his own 10. And they're going to let this clock run down. And they'll take the 5-yard penalty, the delay of game. Well, this drive has, by the 49ers, has taken just over 5 minutes off the clock.
And a very good job. You know, Greg, you're up by 4 points, over 5 minutes. You take it off the clock. You change field position. But
Delay of game. Offense, 5 yards. Repeat 4th down.
But they boo you. That's something new, isn't it? That wasn't good enough.
So the key for Baker here is not to allow Dante Hall a return.
Here comes to try to block it.
Hall, fair catch called and made at the 11-yard line. And with that 35-yard punt, we get the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in San Francisco. 49ers lead it 17-13. CBS, America's most watched network. Kansas City with 1 timeout. 4 fourth-quarter comebacks in Trent Green's career. From the shotgun. To this side, and that's complete and out of bounds to Eddie Kinnison. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line, and a 23-yard pickup and a 1st down.
Boy, what a nice call. What a way to get it going when you're starting at your own 10-yard line on a last drive of the game. Good throw. Very good call by Dick Vermeil and his staff. And Eddie Kinnison having a good game.
Sorry, Phil, I was right. 104 yards receiving for Kinnison.
Blitz.
This side again. Fine catch made by Kinnison again. Just across midfield, and that's another Kansas City 1st down.
Well, anytime you hear me say blitz, you got to know one thing. If you're at home, it's going to be man coverage as they come down the field, and Eddie Kinnison just being more physical against Mike Rumph, who is a rookie, but he is a very big defensive back, but getting pushed around by Eddie Kinnison.
7 catches for 121 yards for Kinnison. The ball just across midfield, a minute 50 to play. Green again to the side, and that's a completion and out of bounds to Kinnison. And Kinnison is eating Mike Rumph alive right now.
Well, it's awfully tough for Mike Rumph after 2 throws to be aggressive, and you got to protect deep. So the one spot, what did we say to start the game, Greg? What are they willing to give up? What are they willing to try to make Trent Green do? Throw it to the sidelines 3 straight times, 3 completions.
A career high 8 catches for Kinnison. He's got 134 yards receiving. From the shotgun, Green throws, other side, incomplete. He overthrew Gonzalez.
He had him. That time, Tony Gonzalez finally got away from Julian Peterson. Watch him as he run down the field, 88 against 98. The break, good separation. Trent Green just overthrows it in. My evaluation of Julian Peterson, I thought he was a good player, but I can see why they're so excited. This guy can really do everything.
2nd and 10 for Green and the Chiefs. Brought down at the 37-yard line. Clock continues to move. Under a minute and a half to play.
Plenty of time. Trent Green should not hurry. He has 1 timeout. Again, coverage down the field. Nobody open.
3rd and 11 to throw this side off the hands of his intended receiver, Kinnison. and it'll be 4th and 11. These Chiefs have been involved in 6 games this year, decided by 7 points or less, and they are 2-4 in those games. And for those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Kansas City and San Francisco. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, and Armen Keteyian. The 49ers lead at 17-13. 60 Minutes will be seen immediately following this game, except in the Mountain and West Coast time zones. 4th and 11. Green throws, far side of the field, incomplete, batted down by Julian Peterson.
Well, when you know it's going to be man coverage,
we welcome those of you just joining us. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armen Keteyian here at Candlestick Park. The 49ers leading 17-13 and have just turned back this effort on 4th down by Kansas City.
well, you know, that is really well done by Julian Peterson. He knows he has help inside, so he overplays the outside. Look at that. Goes right underneath Tony Gonzalez and knocks it down.
Boy, as feared an offensive weapon as there is in the NFL, Tony Gonzalez, 1 reception for 6 yards today.
Well, too, Trent Green knew that he had one-on-one there, and Greg, that's the decision I would make as a quarterback. Just live and die with your tight end. He's your star in offense. He went to him, but Julian Peterson had good coverage.
Boy, you never know who the coach is going to hand out the game balls to in the locker room, but you'd have to think Mr. Peterson is right up there of the consideration, wouldn't you?
Well, you know, I got to tell you, after listening to the coaches talk about him, and then we had a chance to talk to him, so full of life and such a wonderful personality. I understood when they said he has a chance to really make a difference in our football team.
Meanwhile, for Tony Gonzalez, it has been a frustrating day. This was just a few moments ago.
Well, I would not want to be the defensive back from Buffalo that has to cover him next week. But a good game plan by San Francisco. They were going to double cover him. They realized as the game went along that Big O 98 can take care of it by itself, and he did.
Well, these Kansas City Chiefs, this will be their 7th game decided by 7 points or less, and they will fall to 2-5 on the year in those games. Priest Holmes' numbers on the day kept him pretty well in check as well.
Well, they did that. The difference, you know, they're going to look back. What's going to really upset the Kansas City Chiefs? A touchdown called back by Priest Holmes and a very long run that will most likely was going to lead to another touchdown was called back. That's why Priest Holmes' statistics are not overwhelming.
Well, these 49ers roll to their 3rd straight victory and their 6th in the last 7 games and cement the notion that they are indeed a team to be reckoned with in the NFC. The Kansas City Chiefs will go home and try to fix things up in preparation for the Buffalo Bills visit next week. For Phil Simms and Armen Keteyian, I'm Greg Gumbel. So long from Candlestick Park in San Francisco, where the 49ers have defeated the Chiefs by a score of 17-13. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. Let's take it to New York and Jim Nantz.
All right, Greg, Phil, Armen, thank you so much. And now the 49ers 7-2 on the season. They don't score in the entire second half, but win. We have little bonus coverage coming your way. We're going to head to Champaign, Illinois, where the Bears are